Today, let's make our own mark with our own dot. We're going to start by making a gigantic circle or dot, and we're going to turn this into a work of art just by making our own marks and seeing where they take us. Eventually, these dots will fly up into the air and rise to the challenge as hot air balloons. The first thing we're going to do is make sure that our name is on the back of our paper. Then we're going to flip it around and we're going to take something big and circular and trace to make a circle. I've got this big bowl here. I'm just going to hold it down with one hand, and then you can ask a friend to help you. Then we're going to take our pencil, and it's better to hold it up straight up and down, and then slowly go all the way around until you bump into one side of your hand. Pick up your pencil, go back to where you started, go the other direction, and then we got to fill in that gap. So let's move our hand and then we can fill that gap. Now I can lift up my circle and check. Yep, there is our circle. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a Sharpie or black marker and we're going to practice tracing that circle. Now I want you to stop and take your time with this one. We are careful artists. So we're going to go slow and see just how closely we can stay on that line. Start by making a dot at the top, and then slowly let's go ahead and move our arm and our pen with us as we go around nice and slow. If it becomes uncomfortable, stop, adjust your paper if you need to. You can rotate it, and you can also rotate your hand so your hand's out of the way. Notice that I'm using my other hand to hold my paper down so it doesn't move as I'm doing this. Keep going and adjusting so that you're nice and comfortable until you get all the way around. Again, we are practicing being careful here, so we are taking our time. The next thing you can do is you can kind of go back over it a little bit with your Sharpie just to fix it up. This is a good habit to get into as an artist. You make a mark and then you can kind of go back and adjust it if you need to. Make it darker, fix a little bump you might have had. Accidents are okay. They're part of what makes us human. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to design our dot by just making our mark. We're going to start making our marks like Paul Klee by taking a dot for a walk. I'm going to use oil pastels today. I've got some neon ones and some regular ones. And I'm going to start in the center by putting my oil pastel down and just making a line, taking it for a walk and seeing where it takes me. I know I have lots of choices. I could do swirly, twirly lines, straight lines, zigzag lines. I can make shapes with lines. So the sky really is the limit. I'm going to start by doing a spiral, but you choose your own lines. I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of keep going and see what happens. As you go, you might notice some of your oil pastels are dirty, and that's okay. Just turn your paper over and clean it off. And let's go ahead and fast forward here. What kind of lines do you see me drawing? I've got a couple empty areas that I can go back and add some more things to. Like for example, let's add some vertical lines around my spiral. And in between some of my yellow and orange, just because I have room, let's go ahead and add some loopy lines. All right, that looks good. This is my final product with my oil pastel. Next art class, we're going to learn how to use watercolor paints correctly to paint right over top of these oil pastel lines and marks that we made. The oil pastel will stay put and the watercolor will fill in the white spots. It's going to be magical. All right, I'll see you next time. Love, your cozy art teacher.